A pension consolidation is when you combine multiple pension pots into one. Over the course of your career, you will most likely have worked for many different employers and may have collected quite a few different pensions as a result. Having lots of pensions causes a number of problems, so consolidating can be a great idea, but there are a few things to watch out for. So let's run through some of the benefits pension consolidation can bring and a few things you might want to know before going ahead with a transfer. Less pension paperwork. Ease of administration has to be one of the main advantages of combining all your pensions into one straightforward pot. Once you've consolidated, you'll no longer have to deal with statements from more than one provider, so it's just much easier to keep track of your wealth. Using pension allowances becomes much easier. As you'll only have one pension to deal with, record keeping will become more straightforward. This can really help if you want to make a large one-off contribution using something like carry forward. When you do this, you have to look back over previous tax years and determine how much of your annual allowance was used, something that can be a nightmare when you have more than one pension. Drawing income in retirement is much easier. If you plan to take income from your pension, a consolidation is a bit of a no-brainer. A streamlined approach makes taking income fairly simple, and it's easy to change when you need to. It's also worth noting that lots of providers impose a minimum value level on the pot before you can commence drawdown. On top of that, many pensions that were established before 2015 may not even facilitate flexible income payments, so you might have to consolidate into a SIPP before you retire, simply to allow you to access the income in the way you want. Monitoring investment performance against your goals is more straightforward. It's more than likely that if you have numerous pension pots, they'll be invested in different default funds that have varying levels of risk. When you combine your pension pots into one, you can ensure that your money is in a single, well-diversified strategy that aligns with your goals and needs. Understanding how your investments are performing should then be an easy task, as this will be reported on in one place and should be easily accessible online. Greater choice and investment diversification. It's a common misconception that transferring your pension into a single provider will reduce the diversity of your investments and in turn impact the safety of your money. In fact, the reverse can often be the case. Many default funds across different providers are invested in very similar ways. By consolidating your pensions into a SIPP, your investment choice will typically increase. If your money is managed professionally within the SIPP, the investment management team should be able to access a wider range of more sophisticated instruments with the aim of improving risk-adjusted returns. So those are some of the benefits, but what should you watch out for when combining your pensions? Exit penalties. Many pensions can be transferred without a penalty being applied. Some, though, can have reasonably high exit charges, although these typically reduce as you reach retirement age. As with everything fee-related, it's about weighing up the benefits you may receive alongside the additional charges you may incur to determine whether it's worthwhile going ahead. The type of pensions you want to consolidate. Defined contribution schemes are based on contributions you have made to the scheme and house an invested pot that can be accessed flexibly. Defined benefit schemes provide a guaranteed, regular income rather than an invested pot. Defined contribution schemes are more typical modern pensions and are usually consolidated pretty easily. Whilst it is possible to transfer a defined benefit scheme, it's extremely high risk and is only advised in unique circumstances. You have to take advice on a DB transfer. Losing benefits when combining your pensions. Pensions established before 2006 may have unusual benefits attached, such as additional levels of tax-free cash or a guaranteed level of income. It's really important to consider these types of schemes carefully, as it may be worth holding on to those pensions due to the additional benefits in place. So how do you actually go about consolidating your pensions? Given all the various pitfalls, it's probably best done with the support of a qualified financial planner. You'll need to collate up-to-date statements and policy numbers for all of your schemes. If you don't know which provider the pension is with, you will need to contact your previous employer and provide the date of when you worked at the company. They should then be able to tell you the scheme details fairly easily. A good advisor will then request letters of authority from you before providing a recommendation on the consolidation and doing the majority of the heavy lifting. So, as you're probably gathering, the benefits of pension consolidation tend to outweigh the drawbacks, and really it's just about approaching consolidation in a sophisticated and thoughtful way and taking advice to ensure you don't make any major mistakes. Because remember, your money really does matter.